Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. One quarter of the way to Christmas. It's what did I buy in March of 2024? What an amazing month it was. First off, Wildsville Drain Set Box. Yes, I'm just filling out some positions of things that I had skipped and waited on for a while through the winter and getting some of those put back now. I paid $112 for this. It sells today out in the open market at $131, so I got a 15% discount. Remember, all my patrons know what I'm buying when I buy it, sometimes before I buy it. Join the Patreon if you want to know what I'm getting and get in on these kind of discounts and not have to wait till the end of the month. Second up, Ixalan set box, just another that I put back for every standard Magic set, typically a set box and a collector box. Sometimes I change it up a little bit, but this one I paid $107 for. Today it is $122 out on the open market, so I paid about 12% under today's price. Third up, another set box, but this one, Commander Masters, yes. Amazing boxes. Way too expensive when they first came out, but there were some great deals this month that I shared with my patrons. I paid $225 for this box. Compared to today, they are $350. That's a $125 discount, 36% off of today's market price on these. Next up, in case anyone ever doubts my conviction, all early Flesh and Blood is still underpriced. I define that as the first three expansions on limited boxes and the second three expansions first edition boxes. I picked up two of these Monarch first editions. I think I have 10, 12, 16 of these by now. I paid $69 each. They are $80 out on the market today, so I got a 14% discount. And second, two Everfest first edition boxes. We might call them Everfest only edition, since it's been confirmed by James White himself that the unlimited printing was sent to the shredder and destroyed. It no longer exists. First edition is the only edition we will ever have. $44 is what I paid for each of these, compared to $55 out in the open market today, so a 20% discount. Next up, Ravnica Remastered Collector Box. I picked up one of these, $247 I paid. It is $290 today, a 15% discount that I got on this. Throne of Eldraine Collectors. Wow, the original collector box, the first one ever released. You would not believe, the original wholesale price in its day, what was it, mid 2020 when this originally came out? The original wholesale price would have been $173. Now, almost 4 years later, I paid $209. Today in the market, they are $258, so a 19% discount. I was happy to pick this up. It was one of the very few collector boxes I was missing that I had never gotten. And finally, for this month, I got a Fallout collector box, $324 today out in the market. They are $453, so a 28% discount. Remember, join the Patreon. You'll know what I'm buying when I buy it, sometimes before I buy it. Now, going into April, the market is very fairly valued for Magic, for Pokemon, for Flesh and Blood. The markets are very fairly valued. They are not overbought, oversold. They're just at nice, reasonable prices. So if you have positions that you've missed out on, things that you would normally buy for particular expansions of particular games you invest in, it's a decent time to just be nibbling around the edges and picking those things up, not specifically waiting for bonus bug sales, especially not waiting for giant crashes. I don't think we're going to see a lot of giant crashes. I think Outlaws at Thunder Junction could have some trouble. Again, play boxes, well, they're too expensive compared to all the substitutes that are out there in the market. There are too many remaining draft and set boxes from previous expansions hanging out in the market at sub $100 prices up to 110s, 120s for play boxes right now to gain a lot of traction and sell at prices that are not fire sales of stores losing money to recoup some of their capital. So I think Outlaws could have some weakness. On the collector box side, it's hard to say. Murders definitely crashed hard. I think there's very little downside risk in that going forward. You can still find those in master case lots at about $139.50 per box if you're willing to buy 24 at a time. I think there's really zero downside risk on that bet. Now, other great things I'm seeing out there. I talked a couple days ago about Kaldheim collector boxes, how those are very out of family with the other collector boxes from their time period. I think they are way too low. And I think over the course of 2024, we're going to see recovery in those that is greater than the recovery we'll see in other comparable collector boxes. Now, as for final trade, man, March set another revenue record for final trade history, highest revenue ever again, and also highest single sales revenue on TCG Player again. So set new records for both of those once again in March. Everything is going great. The amount of business I'm doing is just growing incredibly. The Patreon is growing. All the numbers are up. Steady growth of subscribers on YouTube. Ad revenue is up, affiliate link revenue is up, everything is going great, the market is strong, and final trade is prospering. It is just amazing seeing the feedback, seeing the support I get from everybody. It's just wonderful. So also in March, I had my first ever final trade Patron sealed sale. I was selling Commander Master collector boxes at $160 each to patrons out there today. They're close to $200. Can you believe they've already recovered back up to nearly $200? So that sale a couple weeks ago, $160 to my patrons. I sold out. My second final trade sealed sale will be tonight at 8 p.m. Central. So for my patrons, tune in for that to see another great product at a good price for the long term. So as far as future sales, I always warn people, I don't know how long they'll last. I don't know how long I'll be able to get great product like this at great prices. And I make no guarantees. So, I'm going to keep doing it as long as the feedback is good. Hopefully I sell out again tonight. The quantity that I have for this sale is twice what I had for the first sale. So it's going to be a little harder, but we'll see if we get there. As far as future sales, sale number 3, the products are in transit to me. And sales number 4 and 5, I am, let's say, tentatively negotiated the products and the prices. So things just need to come together and need some time to stew around and come to fruition. So consider joining the Patreon. It's $4 a month. You get my monthly newsletter. You get buy alerts every time I'm buying anything, any TCG product for long-term holds. I post it up there as soon as I buy something, sometimes before I buy it. When we have bonus buck sales, I have my long threads of the best deals that I see, interesting deals, what I'm going to be buying, everything else. I post up other various deals there that I do not share on YouTube any longer. Things like Pokemon inverted EV deals, Amazon dumps when I catch them, things like that. So, and you have the ability as a patron to message me and actually get a response. I very, very rarely have time to respond to random comments on YouTube anymore. Sorry. So $4 a month, and now we're moving into the era of final trade sealed sales on Patreon. I got to come up with a better name that's easier to say, that rolls off the tongue better. So put your suggestions down below or PM them to me on Patreon. Let me know what you think, guys. What did you buy this month? Other deals you're seeing out there, opportunities, theories, crazy ideas, whatever else you got. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very, very generous patrons who support me on Patreon, who keep Final Trade going, give me financial support, share their great ideas with me, ask me awesome questions to get me thinking, and who I love sharing amazing sealed sale deals with. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade.